If you stayed up late with us last night, then you know things got wild in Westwood. How about we play 3 today? Who knows what's going to happen? We are trying to send 2 teams to the regional final. UCLA rocking the bus after, man, a rocky game last night for the Bruins. Can they turn the page after clawing out a big win and take on a South Carolina team who also was tested last night on the opening day of regionals? One of these teams will move straight on to our regional final. You're watching the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Easton Stadium is set to host 3 games today. The first one, a winner's portion of the bracket game, meaning this is not an elimination game. Either South Carolina or UCLA is going to win this game, and they'll move to the regional final tomorrow. The loser of this game will play later tonight in that elimination game, approximately 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll also have an elimination game between Fullerton and California Baptist coming up. Should be a really fun day of softball because, man, last night certainly was wild. Courtney Lau alongside 2-time National Player of the Year, Danielle Laurie, and it was so interesting to see both South Carolina and UCLA have to claw their way into this game today to stay in the winner's portion of the bracket.
Yeah, both their teams had their backs up against the wall. South Carolina, Lelio with that huge 3-run blast that really gave them that go-ahead. And then the fight from UCLA. CBU putting up a 10 spot, but they did not worry. They continued to put their foot on the gas, and I mean, they won that thing.
I don't think anybody had CBU putting 10 runs up on the board. But let's show you the first game from last night. It was South Carolina and Fullerton, and the Gamecocks had to come from behind. And Tate Davis swinging a big bat in that DP spot, had a 2-run home run. And this is the go-ahead in the 6th from Quincy Lelio. No better time for a first home run.
Well, and I mean, what a moment for South Carolina. Allowed for them to take a big, deep breath. And just Jory Hurd, she continued to get better as the game went on and really looked like her old self.
For UCLA, taking on CBU for the 2nd time this season, by the way, it started out what you would expect. Bruins hitting bombs. Jordan Woolry, a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Eventually, UCLA would go up 7-1. They gave up 10 runs in the 5th inning and just had to claw their way back.
And you and I were talking about a potential run rule for UCLA, but it was the fight that they continued to keep going, and it ended on that little sac fly that scored yet again another run. But man, just the energy from UCLA, that fight, all the things, it was pretty special.
Yeah, Elena Garcia, the sac fly to save it and walk off in the bottom of the 7th inning. They won this game 12-11. Yes, that was the final score, and UCLA stayed in the winner's portion of the bracket. Both of these teams have been there before, but who will go straight there today? South Carolina and UCLA playing for a spot in the regional final. Getting set for our first of 3 games today here in Westwood. UCLA and South Carolina, not an elimination game. Winner goes to the regional final. Taylor Tinsley is back in the circle, and Danielle, not her best outing yesterday. 4 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 10 runs, 3 walks.
Yeah, you have to have short-term memory. You bet she was probably just ecstatic to get the opportunity to get the ball again today. going up against a familiar foe in South Carolina, and I think the importance of being able to command the zone. Strike zone was small yesterday. She was trying to figure that out. She has the drop. She can go up. That changeup is her pitch. When she can command that, she's tough.
So let's take a look at our Capital One starting lineup for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Their focus after going one and done in the SEC tournament was to work on that offense, and I think we saw that yesterday. It starts at the top with Q Lilio getting her first home run of the season.
Yeah, that was a pretty big moment, I think, for her. Something she'll remember forever.
She fouls off the first pitch. So let's talk about Taylor Tinsley. What do you take away from yesterday? And how do you come into this game if you're Taylor Tinsley? What's got to be better?
Well, you don't take away a lot, because it's not like you're going to start to go down that negative road.
It's in foul territory. Woolery trying to track it down along with Bragg. No play.
I think you have to remember who you are. And if you play this game, you know you're going to have days that you struggle every now and again. So I think it's being able to have that short-term memory. Hoping everything's okay.
Oh, and Kanaya Bragg is over there at the wall right now. Both her and Woolery were just trying to make a hustle play. Kanaya Bragg, a sophomore who we've seen her all over the infield in her 2 seasons at UCLA. So taking a look at that left lower leg.
Really get the best view there.
They're both going after that foul ball. You see the training staff working on that left calf ankle area. And the Bruins called on Kanaya Bragg big time last year when Alina Garcia got hurt. She had to step in and play that shortstop role as a true freshman.
Yeah, she did a great job too. I do feel like it'd be a lot to get her out of this game, so you know that this definitely is hurting her a little bit. Wondering if she kind of jammed it up in the wall potentially when she was going hard. Just you love the all-out effort by her and Jordan Rory at first base trying to go run and snag that ball. It's the side-to-side stuff for me playing second base, right? You have to be able to go real quick and cut quick to potentially get a ball going up the middle or...
You see her run into the back wall, trying to see how it feels.
You have everyone out there. You have Coach Fernandez. You have Coach Kelly Inouye Perez. Like I said, it's going to be probably tough to take her out of this game.
Good to see, though, that they took some extra time to make sure that she's okay to go back in. But the hustle that you just saw from Woolery and Bragg, I mean, we saw yesterday how important every out is. And you could see that urgency of them coming into this game, trying to run after that ball in foul territory.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you got to always go all out, and there was a ball in play. And I think it just showcases, too, to your pitcher, like, hey, we got you. We're going to do everything in our power to play hard for you all the time. And I think Tinsley needs that. She's going to need that support of her offense today. She's going to need the good defense. She's going to need to have a different mentality from yesterday.
Meanwhile, Lilio at the plate, unfazed, just going to foul off another pitch. Quincy Lilio, one of 8 seniors on this South Carolina team. Lilio foul. She liked hitting the home run so much last night, coming in looking for a big one.
Hey, and if there's a park where you want to get going, it's here in Westwood, a little bit of a smaller park. But, man, she hit a tank way into the trees yesterday. That was a no-doubter.
It's 190 to the corners here, and this was Q Lilio.
I mean, get out of here.
We talked to her after the game. She said, you know, usually I hit 1 home run a year. I've been saving it.
Yeah.
No better time.
Hey, a 3-run shot, too, that really put them up big. You could just feel like the whole team could take a deep breath after that.
Ball and 2 strikes to Lilio. On the ground for it, right past a diving Bragg. And Lilio is on to start this game.
And this is something you tip your cap on. This is 70 miles an hour, and she goes down and gets it. This is not a bad spot by Taylor Tinsley. This is just drop and barrel and some good exit velo off the bat. It's always interesting how the ball tends to go straight to someone where something happened, right? Right at Kanaya Bragg, an absolute hot shot, a hit all day.
Tori Inslee lifts it to the grass, overslides Lamar. It's so funny. They always say, you know, the game doesn't know, but sometimes I think the ball does know.
Oh.
Because it finds you.
Who said the game doesn't know?
I hear that all the time.
They're making it up because the game always knows. Yeah. The game always knows what you've done to get there, how hard you've worked. Seems to test those at times that need it the most. I love it. You're just trying to just spit the facts over here, and I'm just shooting it straight.
I love it. No, I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know.
There's Carly Shelton, the second baseman, with Lilio aboard.
And I think it's going to be so important for Taylor, especially right out of the gate in the circle. Like, what is a strike zone? What am I going to be able to get? What corner can I work? And how can I go to that to get ahead of hitters? Fell behind yesterday. A lot of pitchers fell behind yesterday and had to battle their way through.
Carly Shelton. Lamar calls it once again. And it's 2 down thanks to Jolena Lamar, who had a big old home run last night.
Definitely uncharacteristic, those 9 earned runs. But the post-game press conference, I mean, Kelly Inouye Perez gave all the credit to CBU. They had a game plan. They completely executed. They were a team that was ready to go. But this is the pitch. This is the separator. When she can command that pitch and have kind of that high velo with that good upspin, which you've seen her throw a little bit more this inning with the back-to-back flies of Inslee and Shelton.
Facing Ariana Rhodey now. And quickly ahead, 0-2.
Which is interesting because when you had Telesco talk yesterday about, like, she was a lot more down to us. Like, we were planning for a little more east-west, and you see her plan of attack against South Carolina, a little bit more upspin, throwing a little bit more rise ball with that change.
That's the start UCLA needs from Taylor Tinsley. And you punch it with a K. The Bruins grab the bats for the first time when we come back. Bruins about to grab the bats for the first time, and they will be facing the workhorse for South Carolina in Jory Hurd in the circle. This is a player that South Carolina has made decisions around all season, and she has really carried them.
Oh, she's the heartbeat of this team. That 12-11 record with a 1.95 ERA, the record doesn't reflect how good she's been. This team has lost a lot of one-run ball games. She has been exceptional over the course of the year. That elite glove side run means balls that go into left-handed hitters. She has no fear throwing into the lefties. Her change is something. When she can pull that string on that pitch, it's money, and she is a heartbeat of this team, someone that they look to in a game like today to put this team on her back.
And she's going to be facing 4 lefties in this lineup, 2 at the top of the order, Riley Slimp and Megan Grant. But the Bruin Bombers, Megan Grant, Jordan Woolry. Megan Grant walked 4 times yesterday. Yeah. Jordan Woolry had an amazing evening. 3 for 4, 2-run home run, a walk, and a double.
When you have to be, listen, if you're a caliber type hitter of Grant and Woolry, and you know that you're going to at times be intentionally, unintentionally pitched around, like, you have to be willing to take those walks, not swing at pitches way out of the zone, because she has a lot of people to pass the bat to, and you could see that yesterday with 4 walks for Grant, and she could have swung outside her comfort zone. She didn't.
Riley Slimp is the leadoff hitter, hits .445. And Jory Hurd working ahead against Slimp, 1 and 2. Hurd did not get the start yesterday. They liked the matchup with Emma Friedel better, but Hurd came in relief. I think wouldn't be surprising if we saw Hurd every game South Carolina plays in this tournament.
And I think also understanding that if a regional type setting, it's really hard to go with one arm. Like, the best you can do is 3 games. But if you lose a game, that road to get there is a little bit more challenging. You need to make sure you have 2 pitchers that can get it done. And that's why I said last night, like, if UCLA loses that game, I think they're in a different spot. Like, for them to have to battle back and Taylor Tinsley almost try to throw every game, you cannot take away what Britton Alley did with her being able to come in and kind of stop the bleeding. That was clutch.
Yeah, it was big for both of these teams who rely a lot on a single pitcher, for them to both get that win last night, because now you just have to win 1 time today and then you won tomorrow. You see Jory Hurd compared to the rest of the staff. In April, she threw 66% of the innings for South Carolina. And they really challenged who was going to step up and be that number 2. And that's where Emma Friedel came in.
Yeah, that Missouri series, I think she really started to put it together, got herself out of some jams, threw really well against Alabama.
Full count to Slimp. Back at Hurd, hits her glove hard, doesn't give up on the play.
And this is a really nice job by Jory Hurd, just unfazed, able to make the play, understands scary moment for sure, but sticks with it and gets that lead out, and that's important.
Riley Slimp seeing 8 pitches to lead off this game, and now Megan Grant, the nation's leader in home runs this year, a new NCAA record. 38, and as you mentioned, Danielle, she walked 4 times yesterday. So patient, so professional at the plate.
Yeah. Definitely take note of that with a hitter like this, just her routine.
Oh, got the fans on their feet, but that's foul.
It's a long strike.
Pitcher mentality over here.
Oh, yeah. Just so good at being able to have a good patient eye. She's not swinging at a whole lot of balls that are outside of her wheelhouse, which makes it at times tricky to face her. You can get 0-2, but she battles. And that's really, I mean, that's a lot of elite level hitters, right, that are great in this game. They don't fear getting to 2 strikes, and they work the counts. They make it tough on you.
It was in the Big Ten Tournament Champ game that she broke that NCAA single-season home run record. Megan Grant lifts it shallow. We welcome those of you joining us on ESPN News. Here in Westwood, the first of 3 games today, South Carolina and UCLA. A rematch of last year's Super Regional that saw UCLA take 2 of 3 from the Gamecocks in Columbia, South Carolina. Courtney Lau alongside Danielle Laurie. And if you missed last night, we had a total of 9 home runs over 2 games. We'll tell you more about in a second, but one of the Bruin Bombers is up right now in Jordan Woolry. Jory Hurd getting the start for South Carolina today. She has been their main arm. Taylor Tensley in the circle once again for UCLA. Struggled last night, but looked much better in that first inning.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It kind of looked like night and day. She definitely had this good energy about her, was getting ahead, different level of confidence.
Slow hopper over to Shea Anderson. Oh, and Ariana Rhodey did a good job of stretching to make that play, and it is 3 up, 3 down. Defense and pitching on to start this game. Winner going to the regional final.
Who's going to get to Oklahoma City? We are into the postseason.
Regional started off with a bang and then continue all the way through tomorrow. Tomorrow is where we will have 16 regional final games. Those are the games that send teams to supers. South Carolina and UCLA playing right now. Winner will go straight to the regional final. The loser will play later tonight, approximately 10 Eastern, in an elimination game. We will have an elimination game coming up. Fullerton and California Baptist coming up after this game concludes.
Well, and the game that is on in front of us is that Ole Miss Texas Tech, and Ole Miss is up 8-0. Didn't see that one.
Emily Lynn Boyer had a no-hitter and going into the 5th.
She did. I mean, what's going on over there?
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Mayhem. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Jamie McKay is going to lead off, the right fielder for South Carolina, against Taylor Tensley. And man, Taylor looked so confident in that first inning. And that's got to be tough because last night was not her best performance. She gave up 10 runs, 6 hits, walked 3, only made it through 4 1/3 innings.
Sometimes being a senior, too, just gives you a different mentality.
Jamie McKay lifting it off the scoreboard! 8th home run for McKay. All of her home runs this season have come since March 13th. The coaching staff challenged her to step up with her bat, to put the work in, and it's paying off.
Well, her 8th home run of the season on the off-speed pitch. So good. She goes down and gets it. This was out of here, no doubt about it. And just some extra confidence going into the rest of the dugout. You heard that South Carolina team right away. They do this after when action happens and something goes against, you know, Tinsley, or they always kind of connect. You saw it a lot yesterday.
It's the 26th home run that she has given up this season. That is the 10th home run we've had in the last probably less than 24 hours in this park. Lexi Winters, the catcher, up now.
I mean, I know you know this, but this is a home run park. This is the opposite of South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina's park gives up the fewest home runs per game in the SEC.
It does. So that would excite me if I'm South Carolina. Hey, let's try to hit a couple long balls here, ladies.
And they have. A South Carolina team that you wonder how they feel about playing this UCLA team. You see the home run numbers there, 4th in single season history. It's a UCLA team that kicked them out of the postseason last year. South Carolina was 1 pitch away from the Women's College World Series, and Jordan Woolry hit a 2-run walk-off home run in Game 2 of that Super to force a Game 3. And now this year, South Carolina comes to Westwood for regionals. Not the first time that they have played since that meeting. They played on February 21st at the Mary Nutter, and UCLA actually trailed 4-0 entering the bottom of the 7th, scored 5 and won 5-4.
Yeah, that fight. It's that fight that they have. And 1 through 9, I mean, this is the top offense in the country. I mean, they lead the nation in home runs. Like, they are a team that there is always that sense of fear that they can get back in a ball game. It's just who they are.
Exhibit A last night.
Yeah.
Winters, it hops to Lena Garcia. No, missed her. Lexi Winters is on. I thought that was hopping right to the shortstop.
Well, Alejandre actually moved kind of her glove out of the way to let it go, but it looked like she was going to go after it. So it almost like she deked out Garcia. She goes, but then moves out of the way. I think that's a ball that Alejandre needs to go and cut off.
They're going to give Winters a single on that. Second hit today for South Carolina. Brings us to Tate Davis, who crushed a 2-run home run last night. She had 1 hit in her previous 10 games. And then last night was like, goodbye.
Yeah. Coach Chastain Woodard said that. She just had a good feeling about Tate Davis. Was going to continue to stay in the lineup as a DP. And this could not have come at more of a clutch time yesterday. And just kind of that feel good, fills the battery up, especially first game of a regional.
Last season went to the Women's College World Series with Ole Miss, along with her now current Gamecock teammate Jamie McKay, who led off this inning with a home run. Both recruited by Katie Browder, who's the associate head coach now at South Carolina, recruited to Ole Miss.
It's a good pitch, 1-2 by Taylor Tinsley. We've definitely seen her game plan be a little bit more up in the zone. Then she's able to kind of play with you a little bit when she gets 2 strikes. Tate Davis working it to 2-2.
Tinsley gets a second K today.
This is a really pretty pitch, down and in, tough to hit.
Third baseman Natalie Heath.
I love me a big bat, Nat. I feel like it just makes sense for me to call her that. Her teammates call her that.
What a great nickname.
It is great. She had a good day yesterday at the plate.
2 for 3. Hadn't had a hit in her previous 6 starts until that 2 for 3 outing last night. Somebody who just kept working and earned that starting spot at third base. And Ashley Chastain Woodard told us her teammates were just so excited to have her energy and her on the field with them. Natalie Heath gets jams. Brie Alejandre got it. Now here's the shortstop, Shea Anderson.
You're definitely seeing a South Carolina team swinging early in the count, taking some big hacks early. I like that, knowing pitchers tend to come at you, so they want to get ahead.
Taylor Tinsley has really bought into that mentality that UCLA goes as she goes. Like, she is going to be ready and got to be ready at all times, every day. Throwing in some filth.
Man, there's some good games on regional Saturday. Arizona State just beating Texas A&M. Wow. I said this about this postseason. Anything could happen.
How about 3 strikeouts from Taylor Tinsley, but not before South Carolina gets a solo shot to start this inning. Jamie McKay puts him on the board.
You love to see it, too. The work is the work, and that is something that Jamie McKay has been doing. And I think for her to step up and score first is going to be huge for this South Carolina team to get some good energy.
So Taylor Tinsley has come out. Yes, she gave up the solo shot, but looking different than she did last night.
Yeah, she's getting ahead, and I think she just has this different level of confidence, too. And yeah, she gave up a solo shot, but a solo shot's better than a 3-run shot, knowing your team and the offense that you have. But everything's about just continuing to build confidence, man. Goldfish mentality. We cannot even think about yesterday.
For this UCLA team, yes, their offense gets a lot of the headlines because they've been one of the best offenses in the nation. Finished 3rd in the Big Ten, made it to the Big Ten championship game, and that's where Megan Grant set the new single-season Division I home run record with 38. She hit it off of Jordy Fromm, who was mowing down hitters today, by the way, for Nebraska.
Yeah, just 16 strikeouts against Grand Canyon, but
it's fine.
Pretty incredible. I mean, Megan Grant, listen, that record's been around for, what, 25 years? Like, for her to be able to do that, it's pretty incredible, but you can't go without saying Laura Espinoza did it without any of the technology, without any of the things, and she's had that record for that long, so you got to shout out the real GOAT who started it all. It's pretty awesome.
And for South Carolina, it's a team who played the number 3 strength of schedule because, man, playing in the SEC is no joke. And Ashley Chastain Woodard said, look, we've decided, this was talking to her in the middle of the season, we decided we're not going to let the league break them. They really had to come from some tough moments, and they were able to get a series win over Missouri. Also a huge series win at home against Texas A&M. A team that was coming in really hot, the Aggies did.
They were, and I mean, you and I were fortunate enough to call the game 1 of that series, and you just loved that fight. Like, if that's a South Carolina team that shows up, like, they are dangerous. Like, Jory Hurd has been consistent as ever for this team. I think the biggest question mark is the defense late in games, right? And just not running yourself into outs. I just felt like they stubbed their toe yesterday a couple different times with some situations, so maybe being a little bit smarter with that. But man, when they roll, they roll.
Elena Garcia is going to lead off in this inning. She had the walk-off sac fly last night. She's on a 21-game reached base streak. Jory Hurd and her defense went 1-2-3 in the first inning.
Little chin music.
That one gets away from Jory Hurd. Have you seen Jory Hurd handle this role that she's got for South Carolina this year?
I mean, she's taken on many different roles. That's the thing. She's started games. She's been that high leverage reliever late in games. She's just taken whatever has been given to her, and she's been consistent with it. And I think that's probably the most impressive thing.
Elena Garcia foul. We'll do the full count again.
And she knew that that was going to be what she had to do this season. And she's definitely had, there's other pitchers on staff, but you know, majority teams kind of have that solidified ace. And when you think of that, that is Hurd.
Foul into the other bullpen. This will be the 8th pitch coming to Elena Garcia. Last year, Jory Hurd took a big step with that, of the mentality of, you know, this is the mentality I have when I'm coming in relief, the mentality of being that starter. And a free pass issued as Elena Garcia lead-off walk. And here's the freshman third baseman, Bri Alejandre, on a 4-game hit streak. And UCLA has shown us time and time again how good they are at taking advantage of a free pass.
Yeah. They just have a lot of depth and understanding that it's okay to take your walks. I know sometimes you want to go out and do some damage and get a big hit, but it's just as good. You're getting on base, you're passing the bat, the momentum's there.
Alejandre! Keep it going! Pass the bat like that! Just keeps adding to that UCLA freshman home run record, now at 22.
Bri Alejandre. 1-0 count. She's ready for it. Hitters all day. Tori Enzi does her best to try to track it out there, but you love the excitement, rounding the bases.
That's what we're talking about. They make you pay for a free pass.
But on the flip side, I say for Jory Hurd, when your team just gave a solo bomb, the last thing you can do is walk the lead off. Like, it's that flip mentality. Like, you just scored me a run. I got to go out and I got to attack the lead off right from the jump.
Kanaya Bragg now up at the plate. And seems to be walking pretty normally after they were looking at her left lower leg ankle area after going for a foul ball and hitting the wall in foul territory earlier in this game. Yeah, it looks really good. Bragg bounces it to the wall. A rock, a bomb, and a single, all in a row for the Bruins.
And just an 0-2 pitch that's left a little bit too sweet. And you can see her kind of, she's getting up the baseline, but not pushing it to 2. It's gonna be a long single.
Zach Parsons is the pitching coach for South Carolina.
And a couple blemishes, right, for Hurd when you think about that leadoff walk, for sure. Okay, the 2-run home run, it is what it is, but then it's the 0-2 hit to Kanaya Bragg, right? It's just these back-to-back momentum things happening for UCLA with none out. So it's just being able to go out. You got to shut the door here somewhere. But the 0-2 hits, those are the ones that hurt you.
You know, listen to Jordan Woolray talk after the press conference last night. She mentioned Lisa Fernandez, who has become the hitting coach over the last few seasons for UCLA, and she gave credit to her. She said that mentality of just, it's not going up to hit a bomb. It's going up to get on first base. Doesn't matter how you do that. That's the mentality she wants her hitters to have. They felt really comfortable with the preparation and the approach that she's given them at the plate. And man, it pays off.
How tough of an out can I be? That has to be that mentality. And when you think of this UCLA offense, they are scrappy that way. They will take their walks. There's a lot of power. 1 through 9. Lisa Fernandez making her way over to talk to Kanaya Bragg, probably just getting on the same page whether or not she needs a potential pinch runner. You saw her kind of laboring her leg a little bit, running up that first baseline.
Danielle, UCLA has had 6 two-strike hits in this tournament. They haven't even played 1.5 games.
Yeah.
They're going to make a change here. South Carolina is taking Jory Hurd out of the circle. A pitching change on the way for the Gamecocks. And here comes Emma Friedel. She was the starter yesterday. She'll take the ball from Jory Hurd, who of course can re-enter this game. But it's Friedel's turn, who has become that number 2. We'll step aside now. Pitching change for the Gamecocks. Was the starter yesterday and has really established herself as this season has gone on.
Yeah, she's definitely worked her way into being that solid number 2 and someone that they need to be able to rely on. And this situation is a perfect example of that. Short leash with Jory Hurd, and she's got that good upspin. Like I said, she's been throwing great as of late. That Missouri series, we saw her work through some tough situations and then threw so well against Alabama. I think that really stood out to me.
Joy Hurd walked the leadoff in this inning, and then Brie Alejandre hit a 2-run home run next batter, and then Kanaya Bragg with a single leads us to a pitching change, and Alexis Ramirez, the catcher.
I mean, I was telling you that Tech was down 8-0, and now it's 8-all.
Mayhem!
8 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Maybe that's the spark that Texas Tech needs, because I'm telling you, they have not played to the potential of that squad. They have not at all. I had them for Big 12 tournament where they lost to Arizona State. That Lauren Allred grand slam might be the difference maker for them in the postseason.
Maybe they saw UCLA's rally last night.
Yeah.
Fair ball for lefty. Kanaya Bragg looking for third. She'll get down in time. And Ramirez to second. Her first hit of the regional. Bruins have found it now.
And a really nice job by Ramirez. Just pulls this right down the line. And Natalie Heath a little bit off the bag. A couple more Bruins in scoring position. All of this with none outs.
8th double of the season for lefty Ramirez, and now Sujin Berry, who only went 3 for 3 last night with a 2-run home run and a walk. I mean, couldn't have had a better night at the plate. Somebody that Lisa Fernandez has been petitioning to get in this lineup. And boy, they're glad that she did. Two seasons at Iowa for Berry before becoming a UCLA Bruin. Want to see her hit it yard?
Well, this got out of here in a heartbeat yesterday. Big moment for Sujin Berry. Never saw it again.
It's still in the tree.
It's still in there.
Uh-oh. Bounce off the wall. Bragg is across. Here comes Ramirez sliding in. Sujin Berry loves the postseason.
And talk about the response from UCLA. Wow. This is not a bad spot by Emma Friedel. She's good at hitting the inside part of the plate, opens up her hips, takes it right to the warning track. Fire me up.
Can we just run down this inning? A leadoff walk, a 2-run home run, a single, a double, a 2 RBI double. That's all happened in this inning.
And that's after the Jamie McKay solo shot, right? Like, I think sometimes for pitchers, it's so important for you to be able to set the tone that next inning, and that leadoff walk, and then that 2-run home run, and you just kind of felt the momentum completely shift.
So with Berry in scoring position, Jolena Lamar, the freshman center fielder, steps in. And a first pitch strike delivered from Emma Friedel. It was South Carolina who scored first, thanks to Jamie McKay. And then UCLA just taking over here in the bottom of the second inning.
Definitely looked like just a free spirit type swing from all of them. Almost like there's just nothing to lose. And you almost have to have that mentality after last night.
UCLA blew a 6-run lead. Ended up coming back to win after giving up a 10 spot. Two on the way to Jolena Lamar. And Emma Friedel needed that K. That's just the first out of this inning.
What a really pretty pitch by Emma Friedel. And when I said she has that unicorn upspin, this is why you'll get these big swings and misses. And you'll almost wonder, why is a hitter swinging at that? That is so far out of the zone. Well, it just looks so darn good.
Top of the order for the second time, Riley Slimp. Her first look at Friedel. She started this game with an 8-pitch at bat. Has just become that tone setter. Such a good approach in the box at the top of this order. Hopper to Shelton at second. That does move the runner to third. And now the first battle we'll see between Emma Friedel and Megan Grant, the nation's home run leader.
She's 0 for 2, but hey, she's got 4 walks. Don't let that fool you.
It's fine.
She's been on base a lot.
Megan Grant. Update the record book. 39 home runs.
What a moment. Holy moly, this got out of here. I mean, her eyes went straight up because this was so darn high. 39 for Megan Grant. Incredible.
Just adding to that single season home run record in NCAA history. And now Jordan Woolery. UCLA has 17 hits in the tournament, 10 for extra bases, Danielle.
But they have to be able to score that amount of runs.
Yes.
I think that you can't expect Taylor Tinsley to go out and throw shutouts. It's just not going to be the norm. She expects them to put up a lot of runs, and when they do, she pitches better. Those tight ball games sometimes can be a little bit scarier for a pitcher to throw, but Tinsley's used to 10+ runs a game. That makes a big difference. And just a quick 6th spot here in the second.
UCLA leads the nation, averaging 10.8 runs per game, and they have to have them because of their pitching. They've got to put those up as Megan Grant just adds to the records. Of course, Jordan Woolery is not far behind her. She has hit 34 after last night. Megan Grant, by the way, now 2 home runs away from tying the UCLA career record. Woolery in foul territory. Opportunity for Lelio. That's big. UCLA bats around in the second, and they put up a 6 spot. Look, they started this game rocking the bus right outside Easton Stadium, carried that momentum right onto the field. Megan Grant, a 39th home run this season. UCLA leads it 6-1.
NCAA softball regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Megan Grant just hit her 39th home run of the season. Nobody's ever done that until now. UCLA puts up a 6 spot in the second inning. They force South Carolina to change pitchers, and now Taylor Tinsley with a bit of cushion here in the top of the third, and Megan Grant just, casually back out to right field.
Yeah, almost like nothing happened. But it did. 39. Wow. Getting to see that in person, it just hits different. She really is.
I mean, what a season that Megan Grant has had. And it starts with being on the basketball team. And the UCLA Bruin basketball team winning a national championship. Kiki Rice, of course, a big part of that, and she's in the stands today supporting the softball team.
Well, Megan Grant actually credits the year that she's having because she did get to go and play basketball. I feel like there's probably a little bit of less pressure that she has put on herself throughout the year. I was like, hey, what's the hardest conditioning stuff you've done? Tell me. She goes, we used to have to do 22, so down and back, and
Quincy Lelio. Oh, she loved it yesterday. Let's do it again. Her second home run of the season. A California native with her family watching on here in Westwood. There's the Lelio family. How excited was Mom yesterday?
Oh, man, what a special moment, too. I mean, this pitch is just sauced. It's right down Main Street. Takes it out of here in a heartbeat. Listen, if I am South Carolina, I remember watching that game last night, fully knowing that a CBU team was able to go do what they did.
Put up 10 runs in one inning.
Yes, to me, 6-2 doesn't seem like enough for UCLA. They got to put up more, and I think for South Carolina, there's just still that never say die. We will continue to keep fighting, string together some really good at-bats.
And Tori Inslee would be one to do that. She's their leader in RBI and home run. She's been having some really good at-bats. Had carried a 9-game hitting streak into the SEC tournament. That ended there, but a key piece for them, a transfer from NC State.
Dirty.
That is important for Tinsley. Strikeout number 4.
Well, and it's a drop ball. That's that pitch that she developed over the course of the offseason. We know she's primarily up in the zone, but when she can spin it like this, it makes it tricky on a hitter. You just got to be able to hold. There's nothing you can do with that pitch. But looking at Tinsley's numbers from last year, I mean, she threw that drop ball at a 12% clip, and she's at 22% this year with it.
Carly Shelton off the end of the bat to brag.
So it just goes to show kind of the work that she's done on that pitch, but being able to add that has made everything just a little bit better. It's made her changeup better. It's made her rise ball better, her curveball.
Ariana Rhodey now with 2 down.
But I think for me, with pitchers, Courtney, it's all about like the response. You give up a solo shot, okay, boom, how can I respond? And she does just that with the strikeout to Inslee and goes straight attack mode on Shelton.
And she's given off 2 leadoff home runs in this game.
And I think being aware of a previous at-bat with Ariana Rhodey and how she struck out on that rise ball, I'm still going to go. I'm going to test you. I'm going to see if you can make the adjustments on that. I want to still kind of carve up and in and see if I can get you to swing. And Rhodey's such a good example of just a true vet hitter, right? Can make those adjustments in order to be good in this game. Every single pitch, you have to be willing to try to make that adjustment, but more importantly, AB to AB, because her last one wasn't good, right? Those balls she was swinging at were well over her head, but you've seen that adjustment from her first to her second.
And a very experienced hitter, one of the seniors on this South Carolina team.
It's dirty.
Full count.
And just the corner. Listen, she wasn't getting that corner last night. She was not getting that corner at all. And that is a difference maker. When you're able to get great spots, it helps you more mentally than anything. And everything on the outer half for her yesterday was called a ball.
Ooh. Oh, they say that she didn't go, so she'll walk.
I think that was a good hold. I'm going to say she held.
Jamie McKay led off the second with a solo home run. Gets jammed up on the first pitch, and back goes Bragg. So South Carolina tacks on one more. The second home run of the season for Q.
Well, I thought Q said she only hits 1 home run a season, but that's not true. Hits her second home run of the season, trying to fire up this South Carolina Gamecock squad.
Season 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Loading. 6 teams take the field in their home markets, each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The AUSL on ESPN. This is legendary.
We got a summer softball on deck after the Women's College World Series. You can keep on that softball love because the AUSL is back with more teams. Danielle, you got to be a part of the AUSL draft. How cool was it? It was awesome to watch on TV.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome getting to announce where these women were going to be going to compete. I know the golden ticket was quite a moment and getting that, but figuring out where you're going to go, who your teammates are going to be, and all the things. I bet Jordan Worry and Taylor Tinsley are pretty stoked to head to the Talons with the GM, Lisa Fernandez. But Megan Grant feels left out. I'm sad I'm not going to be able to play with them anymore. But she's going to find another Bash sister in Sid Stewart.
You think it's going to be so weird for her to play against them?
I know.
She's going to the Portland Cascade with our co-worker, Tori Vidalis, who's in on 7 Innings Live right now. Well, tell me if you've heard this before. Alina Garcia is leading off. UCLA batted around in the 2nd inning and scored 6 runs. They got a 2-run home run from Brie Alejandre, a 2 RBI double from Barry, and then a 2-run home run from Megan Grant.
And if I'm UCLA, I'm just straight pedal to the metal. We need more, we need more, we need more. After last night, you can never have enough runs.
They blew a 6-run lead last night. That might be the wildest game I've ever called.
It was. There was a lot of just different emotions on both sides. Like, I was not expecting 10 runs by CBU. I definitely felt like they were going to score runs.
Especially not in 1 inning.
But I didn't, not 10. I didn't expect 10.
Lancers like, watch me work.
Yeah.
They'll play Cal State Fullerton coming up next in an elimination game. Emma Friedel starting off the inning right. Well, we mentioned Tori Vidalis. Don't forget, you can see her plus Chris Button, Tara Henry, and all of the great action across Mayhem on the regionals, the best 7 Innings Live on the ESPN app. You can see every game, every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series, only on our ESPN networks. Brie Alejandre went yard last time. That was off of Jory Hurd. She's now a home run away from tying the Big Ten freshman home run record. One of those players from the Corona Angels travel team. Seems to have a lot of talent, and here she goes.
Yeah, big moment for Brie Alejandre. Get out of here.
I mean, we knew the offense was going to put up some numbers because, you know, hitting has been ahead of pitching for the last couple of seasons, especially this year, but 13 now for us. Durham was just crazy.
Back.
Emma Friel just cooking.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
On those up spin pitches, man, that rise ball. Really pretty pitch for her in her back pocket. She can throw. We saw another strikeout to Garcia on that curveball away. It's really good.
Second baseman, Kanaya Bragg.
Good pitch. It's a good pitch at a 2-0 count, too. Solid corner. Really pretty spot. I just love Lexi Winters behind the dish. I really do. I think she's so good and just was so sweet to sit down and talk to. Like, you could just tell just her investment in her pitchers is just so important, making them better. She's just such a good leader.
Somebody who grew up a South Carolina fan and now in her senior season as a Gamecock. Monster inning for Emma Friedel, and you can see the emotion as she strikes out the side. We'll talk to Ashley Chastain Woodard when we come back.
But Emma Friedel, she's trying to get the squad going. It's a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night here in Westwood. This is a heck of a third inning.
Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Winner of this game between UCLA and South Carolina moving straight to the regional final. We're joined now by Gamecock head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. And Coach, we saw your team had to fight last night to get that victory. What was your takeaways from their performance heading into today?
Yeah, but we had a never give up mentality. You know, we know that's what this time of the year is all about, and that's what we talked about going into today's game, is that we knew it was going to be a fight, and that we just got to stay in the ring and punch the whole time. So that's the message in the dugout right now, is we just can't give up. We got to keep attacking and chipping away at their lead, and there's still a lot of game left. We just cannot give up.
And Coach, I mean, obviously bringing in Emma Friedel, looking really good this last inning, but just kind of your method with the pitchers and your plan of attack.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was kind of a short stint for Jory Hurd, which we didn't anticipate, but, you know, Emma was ready. We had her ready to go, and they hadn't seen her. You know, when she came in, she gave up a little bit, but when she went back out for a fresh inning, it looked really good. So hopefully that will give us a lot of momentum here offensively.
All right, thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Emma Friedel struck out the side. A big response for the South Carolina team, and now can they grab the bat? Down 4 here. They got a leadoff solo home run in the last 2 innings. Jamie McKay did it in the second. Quincy Lelio did it in the third. And now Lexi Winters, her turn to lead off against Taylor Tinsley. Loser of this game will play again later today in an elimination game.
Texas Tech came back and won 10-9.
Wow.
Oh, man. What a whirlwind.
Lexi Winters out to center, and Lamar's got it.
But if you're South Carolina, just continue to keep trying to put together some good at-bats, knowing you can kind of pull from that come from behind win yesterday. I mean, Tate Davis had a solid 2-run home run. You've seen Lilio get on a little bit of a streak here.
And Tate Davis struck out last time up against Taylor Tinsley. Tate Davis, back to the wall, bounces it off, and Lamar's got to hustle to track it. Davis to second. Tiffany, thank you. What a wild game. Ole Miss and Texas Tech. Texas Tech went walking it off, and now we welcome you to Westwood, where UCLA has got a 6-2 lead over South Carolina. Winner of this game goes straight to the regional final. The loser will play an elimination game later today. South Carolina has had 2 leadoff solo shots, but Danielle, that second inning where UCLA put up 6 runs, they batted around. That's the difference right now.
Yeah, definitely. Just coming together, a tight moment for UCLA. I think the answer back on that Jamie McKay solo shot was important for them, and they're going to need to score a lot of runs. I mean,
Natalie Heath drops it into the grass. Tate Davis stops at third, and it's runners on the corners.
And this is a UCLA team that they really ride Taylor Tinsley more than anybody else, so it's going to be important for them to continue as much scoring as possible, but South Carolina is just so scrappy, and Big Matt Nat with a little bit of a jam job to left field just adds on another one. 6 hits so far for the Gamecocks.
And if you didn't tune in late last night, both of these teams had to come from behind to win. UCLA was up 6 runs in the 5th, and then gave up a 10 spot to California Baptist.
Still feels weird saying that every time.
Yeah.
Not what I thought was going to happen.
They walked it off in the bottom of the 7th with a sac fly and ended up winning 12-11. This will be Kai Byers coming in to pinch hit in the 9 spot, where usually we see Shea Anderson. But South Carolina had to battle from behind too, and it was Quincy Lilio who had a go-ahead 3-run home run in the 6th inning, her first home run of the season. Now she has followed that up since then with a solo shot today.
Yeah, and just the biggest smiles too, going around the bases.
Kai Byers steps in, hitting .254, takes the first pitch to Jolina Lamar. Runner tags up, but doesn't go. Thinking about it, diving back to third, Taggart. Jordan Woolery fired it over. And the base running miscues from last night for South Carolina creep into today. They had plenty of opportunities last night and just played some misplays.
She should have went on the tag.
Yes.
She should have tagged and went home. There was no reason that she shouldn't have, and the throw was way off. You wouldn't have known that, but I would have went and tagged. She's got herself into yet again another little pickle on the base pass. Way too big of a lead with a dart throw by Woolery, and the UCLA Bruins get out of it unscathed.
Welcome back to NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Some big-time defense for UCLA gets them out of that inning. They lead 6-2, and we're talking to UCLA head coach Kelly Inouye-Perez. And Coach, we saw a wild game from your crew last night. What did you see from your Bruins, and how did they gut it out?
Well, I'm going to just say, the ability to understand that we're going to play down to the last pitch. And, we have some great memories and some great moments of being able to just finish strong. So, we pulled together, and we have a saying, it's called Bruin Magic, and it's really getting everyone just dialed in and really focused on how we're going to win a ball game with strong belief. So just couldn't be more proud. Got a lot of alumni here and family, so it was great to be able to do it here in our house.
Coach, what does a post-game conversation look like with Taylor when she was probably frustrated at that performance? But what did you say to her after, aside from everybody else?
It's funny because the team actually gave her credit for having great composure, and that's something that she wanted to be able to do. She was not, 100% on. The zone was tight, but the biggest thing that I said is Taylor is somebody that will respond, and she wants to be able to be in these big moments. So, the team had her back, and ultimately, offensively, but, what she's doing right now, she's playing with them and for them, and I couldn't ask for anything more. She's tough.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I love
it. She is tough, yeah. She's come out, and, her bats behind her have supported her. Brie Alejandre with a solo shot, a 2-run bomb, and then Megan Grant also hit number 39 as she adds to her NCAA single-season record total.
Yeah, not too shabby, Megan Grant. Pretty impressive. Go and get it.
And now Alexis Ramirez will lead off this inning after Emma Friedel struck out the side in the third. First pitch sneaks it through to left field. Alexis Ramirez led off the second inning, and that's when they batted around. Led off that inning with a double, this time a single. That second inning, every Bruin hitter came to the plate. A couple of home runs, couple of doubles.
Some good momentum that you don't want to stop, and if Emma Friedel can say anything about it, I mean, the last inning has been her best. She strikes out the side, and Ramirez to start the bottom of the fourth says absolutely not. First pitch swinging, gets on.
Jayleigh Mercado running at first base with Sujin Berry at the plate, who has had one heck of a tournament. She has 4 hits over the 2 games. As she had a 2 RBI double in that second.
And so good in the 8th spot. I mean, you just look at what she did last night. I know Coach Inouye-Perez said Lisa Fernandez was making a hard push to have Berry in the lineup, just had a hunch about her, and
4 for 4 in the regional. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good hunch.
And Lisa Fernandez, the last few years, has taken over this hitting for the UCLA team. You heard Jordan Worley talk about how much they have loved and bought into her approach and that mentality of just get to first base. It's not stepping up and hitting a home run every time, but they can do that. And Berry will get to first base. A single and a walk have 2 Bruins on. And you feel like after last night, when UCLA gave up 10 runs in 1 inning, that any runs they can put on the board, they have to help support Taylor Tensley.
Yes. It's never enough.
They average over 10 runs a game, which leads the nation, and they need all of them. Jolena Lamar had a big home run last night, a 2-run shot. Has now had a hit in 13 of her last 15 games.
Well, and we'll see with Lamar if she can make the adjustment from the last at-bat with that rise ball we saw last night. Her struggle with that pitch a little bit, but obviously had that big 2-run home run that was so clutch. This couldn't have been, I don't know if I was more excited to see her hit the home run or Coach Lisa Fernandez's reaction as she was rounding around third, getting ready for Jolly Rancher. Just the emotion of a moment like that. Wow.
And you actually heard Jordan Woolry get emotional talking about in the post-game press conference about Jolena Lamar and how these freshmen have really helped the upperclassmen. Tears in her eyes for Jordan Woolry. Emma Friedel, strikeout number 5.
Well, it's like when you can exploit a hitter's weakness, you don't shy away from that until they prove that they are not going to swing at it. And that's what you've seen in back-to-back ABs of Jolena Lamar with Emma Friedel. She's just climbed that ladder with conviction on the inner half, a really good pitch.
Top of the order for the 3rd time with Riley Slimp. Zach Parsons, the pitching coach, is going to come out and talk to Emma Friedel. Friedel started yesterday against Fullerton. Today it was Jory Hurd getting the start, and Ashley Chastain Woodard telling us in the 4th inning that didn't go as long as they were hoping for Jory Hurd, who obviously can re-enter this game.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some action in the pen, but it's been Neely Lamb that's been throwing a little bit more. And that was probably the plan all along, of a little bit more of a shorter leash. You got to be smart with how much you're showing people. Not that the game was way out of hand by any means, but it's like, regardless win or lose this game, it's a long road to finally close the door on a regional like this. You want to win and just go win one tomorrow, and I think them potentially being smart if they need to bring her back in, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't think they need to show her anymore. I think Friedel's been throwing really well for them and has been in that number 2 spot.
Yeah, and that's a new revelation the last couple of months of the season. Friedel stepped up as the number 2. First strike that Riley Slimp has seen. A single and a walk have put 2 on.
The hard part here is if you walk Riley Slimp, it doesn't get any easier. You got Megan Grant on deck and Jordan Woolry in the hole, and no place to put them.
Friedel working back, works it full. Slimp looking for her 2nd hit of the weekend. She was 1 for 4 yesterday with a walk and 2 runs scored. She had a 17-game hit streak before the Big Ten champ game. Friedel nails. She has struck out 2 in this inning.
Well, it just goes to show just the deception on a pitch like this. Not a whole lot of backwards Ks for Riley Slimp. Just owning the inner half and wiggles back in a little bit. Winters behind the dish doing such a good job.
And now Megan Grant, who got her 39th home run of the season off of Emma Friedel in the 2nd inning.
It's a pretty good spread.
Just cruising, feeling so comfortable her senior season. Set the NCAA single season record last weekend in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game at 38, and then added to it today with 39. Winters hustling over to get it, runners hold.
And a good job keeping it in front. Her momentum going towards 3rd, so doesn't make sense for those runners to try to advance.
UCLA hasn't left any on base today.
Good pitch. Hey, we're getting inner corners today. Makes me happy. It's a solid spot. Some may disagree, but pitchers need this.
Megan Grant, not very deep, but very high, and Lilio crashing in. For the first time, UCLA is going to leave a runner on, and they leave two. Emma Friedel gets 2 Ks in that inning, and now it's the Gamecocks' turn to grab the bats. Well, last year in the super regional round, we saw a matchup of these two teams you're watching today. UCLA had to make the trip out to Columbia, South Carolina, and Jordan Woolry was the hero in game 2. South Carolina was 1 pitch away from the Women's College World Series, and that 2-run walk-off home run kept them in Columbia. They had to play a game 3. UCLA would win that, and they would go on to their 33rd Women's College World Series. And something that, I mean, South Carolina's been honest. They've thought about that a lot.
I mean, it's hard not to. 1 pitch away, I mean, that's a heartbreaker. I know it's a part of the game and it happens, but got to feel it.
Elena Garcia throwing from her knees. Lilio beats it out. And Lilio has reached all 3 times today.
Yeah, so good. And also to note, back on that UCLA team, I mean, they lost 2 pitchers from that team.
Yeah.
They lost Addison Fisher, who transferred over to Georgia, and then they lost Caitlin Terry. So Taylor Tinsley is that lone senior that is back in the circle for them. So think about that, right? Like, they have definitely some other pitchers on staff, but losing those 2, it did hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, it's made for a different role for Taylor Tinsley, and Kelly I was quick to sit down and have a conversation with her about that at the beginning of the season. And she told us before this regional, Taylor did, that it was a little bit nerve-wracking hearing that. Like, we're going to rely on you. We're going to go as you go. But she has settled in and owned that, and her teammates have had her back, scoring over 10 runs a game.
And she was kind of scared.
Yeah.
And it is. It's almost that vintage mentality of what the game used to be, where you almost feel like there's just kind of 1 pitcher. So yeah, the boatload of pressure that comes with that territory is a lot. Like, games are won at times and you feel like you come out on the good end of winning, and then when you lose, you feel it. She tends to feel more of it because she's out there quite a bit more.
There's Tori Inslee facing Tinsley. Lamar going back. 1 away. Well, tonight it's do or die in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 6 as the Sabres take on the Canadiens with Montreal up 3-2. Puck drops at 8 Eastern on ABC. You can also stream the game on the ESPN app. Carly Shelton now. Taylor Tinsley, not her best outing last night. Gave up 10 runs, walked 3, only made it through 4 1/3 innings. But Kelly Inouye Perez telling us that, you know, she held herself accountable, held herself good. Her teammates had her back. Able to walk it off 12-11 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, in the composure piece, she had mentioned that of like she wants to try to keep the good composure. Listen, it's easy to go down when you're down. It's easy to have the bad body language and the poor me. And maybe I didn't say it last night, but that definitely is something that I took note of. But I also think too, being that senior, it's like, man, I don't have anything to lose, because you understand the more you play the game of having to have that short-term memory as a pitcher, because you're going to have days where you hope that it doesn't go bad, and it might, but you get to turn the page.
Hopper to Bragg, trying to turn 2. Just get 1. We'll get Lelio going a second.
The one thing about a regional weekend, though, there's a little bit more of a sense of urgency because only one team is making it out alive out of the 4. So not a lot of room to have multiple bad games or just not being at your best.
Ariana Rhodey here. Well, we're sending 2 teams home today from Westwood. Our first elimination game is set. We'll see Cal State Fullerton and California Baptist after this game concludes. Winner of UCLA South Carolina goes straight to the regional final tomorrow. The loser will have to play again later tonight, approximately 10 Eastern, in an elimination game.
And the road is just harder. It's harder having to wait around for the next game to come, and then having to have that mentality of going into tomorrow to have to play 2. It's doable. It's not fun, but it's doable.
Ball and 2 strikes to Rhodey.
It's a good pitch. I know I've said this a lot, but I really love Ramirez behind the plate, being that lefty catcher, just really able to get those pitches framed up nice and tight.
Rhodey swings through the 2-2, and Taylor Tinsley has got her 5th K.
Taylor Tinsley climbing the ladder yet again. Gets another victim on the rise ball. Fire me up.
NCAA softball regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We've got a Bruin bomber leading off in this inning for UCLA. These two have been inseparable in the lineup, and their numbers, wow, electric. Both hitting well over 400. Jordan Woolry has more RBI than anyone. In fact, she's the 5th player all time to have 100 or more RBI in a season. Of course, Megan Grant has more home runs than anybody else. And Jordan Woolry, we were talking to Kelly Inouye Perez about her growth. And Jordan told us too, Danielle, coming to UCLA, I mean, it was hard leaving her family, coming to be a Bruin, and there were some emotional times as a freshman.
A lot of tears shed. She said Coach Kelly Inouye Perez was mama bear for sure, and Kirk used to give her a hard time about it and would say, like, hey, you got to let him figure it out. And the mama,
Kirk Walker,
Kirk Walker, former assistant coach. And Kelly's like, this mama in me, it's as freshmen, especially you think about Taylor Tinsley, right? Like coming all the way across the country from Georgia, like it's a big change.
Woolry up in the air. Lexi Winters trying to make a play on it. Got it.
It's huge. That had a lot of hang time, but could not be more clutch. Whoopsie. Whoop.
Alina Garcia, the shortstop. Lexi Winters is just, man, I mean, such a culture piece, such a great player for South Carolina. You can tell we talked to Jory Hurd, who got the start in this game, about how much Lexi Winters means to them and knows how to work these pitchers. Grew up a South Carolina fan. Started her career at Charlotte with Ashley Chastain Woodard. Alina Garcia just doing UCLA things. $19 homers for Alina Garcia. It's the 3rd long ball by the Bruins today.
And that's why she bats where she does, because just her consistency for what she's been able to do. Middle pitch that she just takes right back, dead center, out of here for number 19. They are going to be making a pitching change and bringing in Neely Lamb.
Well, this will be the 3rd arm that South Carolina has used today, as UCLA just makes the adjustment time and time again and just keeps passing the bat.
Yeah, they make it hard on pitchers.
So we will step aside as we've got a pitching change. Neely Lamb coming into the circle for South Carolina. We'll be back in just a moment. So into the circle goes Neely Lamb. And she'll be the third pitcher that South Carolina has used today after a solo home run from Alina Garcia.
Yeah. See her numbers, 57 innings pitched on the season, and opportunity for her to come in late into the ball game here and try to keep UCLA where they're at. She has that good rise ball, can mix speeds, but I think it's just being able to have that confidence coming into a game like this.
Started her career at Charleston Southern, was the first ever person to win the Big South Player and Freshman of the Year. But you come into this game and you're facing a hitter who's already gone yard today. And Alejandre had a 2-run shot in that second inning where UCLA batted around. Put up 6.
Good pitch. It's back-to-back changeups, both at 53 miles an hour, and those hitter counts.
Towards foul territory.
And that's 3 in a row.
I mean, this UCLA lineup is just crazy. 8 players have double-digit home runs, which is a UCLA record. The previous, by the way, was just 5 players having double-digit home runs. 7 different players have hit a grand slam. They've scored 57% of their runs via a home run.
4 in a row. But that's why you see the numbers are what they are, and why they're the best offense in the nation, and they have that home run pop. Like, and I also think they know they've needed to be that with, you know, the understanding at times they're a little bit short in the pitching department, meaning Taylor Tinsley kind of seems like she's that solo one-arm gal out there in the circle. You need to put up a lot of runs, knowing to sometimes your pitchers are going to give up some runs too, but 7 home runs in this regional for UCLA.
Hard hit ball right past Neely Lamb. Shea Anderson charging. And it's the data, it's the film, it's the being able to dial up the pitching machine to whatever your opponent is throwing. You can step in the cages and see it all before you take the field.
The game's different, but I will say the defense for South Carolina, you love to see it. But the game has definitely shifted over the last couple of years to being very much more offensive. I do feel like the zone has seemed to shrink this year, which in a hitter's game, I don't think really makes the most sense. But yeah, when you can go and take 1,000 cuts off of a Neely Lamb changeup prior to having to face her, it gives you a little bit more confidence going into the weekend, knowing you've seen that. You dial up that exact spin rate. Like I said to Kelly Inouye Perez during the break prior to the coach's call, I'm happy I played when I played.
Yeah.
I don't want you having that info on me.
Yeah, so different. Whereas Washington, I mean, could throw you pretty much the entire time.
Times have changed.
Now you've got to have multiple arms in order to make a deep run. Kanaya Bragg.
And obviously when you think of UCLA with the pitchers they had last year with Caitlin Terry and Addison Fisher, they weren't expecting that they wouldn't be here, right? Like that's where the game also has changed with the transfer portal and athletes leaving. Like all of those things can throw a wrench into some situations too.
High slow hopper, Carly Shelton got it with the underhand. How about another bomb, though? Alina Garcia puts one more on, and UCLA up 7-2 after 5. To the 6th inning we go, and UCLA is up on South Carolina 7-2. Winner of this game goes right on over to the regional final. The loser will play an elimination game later today. We've got our first elimination game already set. CBU in the house after what a game last night where they put 10 runs in 1 inning up on UCLA. Got walked off in the 7th. They'll be playing for their season against Cal State Fullerton, who had the lead a couple of times against the South Carolina team that you're watching today. That's coming up about 35 minutes after this game finishes. And Jamie McKay will lead off here in the 6th inning. South Carolina's had some opportunities to bring some runners home. We've seen a base running mistake sneak in for the Gamecocks today. And Jamie McKay, solo home run to start the 2nd inning for South Carolina. A player that her background is in baseball. Didn't really play softball until she got to college. Has worked with the U.S. Women's Baseball National Team Development Program. And I love what you asked her this week, Danielle, like what was the toughest adjustment? And her response was, oh, the rise ball.
And she was talking about the catching piece too, being a catcher, and that was definitely the hardest.
Pop up. Garcia sliding into the grass, tracks it well. Yeah, she was talking about catching it behind the plate, not even hitting it.
And then we talked hitting a little bit.
Yeah.
She definitely said the rise ball as well.
Speaking of catching, here's Lexi Winters, the catcher. Singled in the 2nd. South Carolina had a little bit of an extra break because they went 1 and done in the SEC tournament, and Ashley Chastain Woodard said it kind of felt like fall ball during that break. A lot of one-on-one work before the NCAA tournament. A lot of focus on the offense.
Yeah, and almost kind of called it a blessing in disguise with that, of being able to go home for that week, get that time in. I do love me a good one-on-one session. To stay in their own beds.
Lexi Winters testing Melina Garcia again. 2 down. Somebody who's really brought her swing around is Tate Davis, who's at the plate right now. Lost her starting job at 3rd base, but just kept on working. So much so the coaches couldn't deny putting her in the lineup in the DP.
And I just to give a quick shout out to Alyssa Faircloth, first no-hitter in the NCAA tournament for Mississippi State, and she just did that against Oregon. Incredible.
Whoa.
Wow.
Mississippi State, I mean, their pitching staff has been a big strength.
That was one of the regionals that I had circled where I could see a potential upset with Mississippi State and just what they've been able to do this year with their pitchers in the circle, and Alyssa Faircloth and Peja Gould, who was also drafted into that AUSL, the Oklahoma Spark. But man, what a pitching staff. And just that's in a hitter's game.
Right.
It's very hard to do. Deserves a little bit of some airtime.
1-1 to Tate Davis. Slowly to Garcia, no problem. Elena Garcia all over it in that inning. Gets all 3 outs. Well, UCLA loves to hit home runs, and we've seen that today. Brie Alejandre with one in the second inning, a 2-run shot, and then Megan Grant, who's hit more than anybody this year, an NCAA record, tacked on number 39 in that big second inning.
Yeah, that got out of here in a heartbeat, and just continuing to climb the ladder in the record books. Pretty special.
And Alina Garcia wanted to join the party too. She did so in the 5th inning, so 3 home runs today for UCLA, who has hit more than any other school this year. In fact, they had more home runs coming into this regional than the 3 other tournaments here in the Los Angeles Regional combined.
And that's what makes them a tough offense, to where you can't really ever count them out. They can find ways to just get back in ball games. Every athlete that seems to come to the plate has this sense of just a fear factor that they can go yard if they need to. 1 through 9.
Alexis Ramirez towards Lilio. And Sujin Berry up now. Sujin Berry, a couple of seasons at Iowa as a Hawkeye. Actually, she said one of her best moments was hitting 2 home runs in one game against UCLA.
Yeah, with Iowa.
Yeah, right. And now she's a Bruin.
Score for 4 in this regional.
And even looking at the bottom of the lineup for UCLA, I mean, Alexis Ramirez, Sujin Berry, and Jolena Lamar. You've got Ramirez today, has got a double and a single. Sujin Berry's got a 2 RBI double and a walk. I mean, they've just got people that can do it 1 through 9.
I think, too, when the bottom half of the lineup is able to produce, it can take a little bit of pressure off of up top.
Into Jamie McKay's glove.
Because we all know the top of the lineup, I mean, you expect them to produce with Slimp and Grant and Mulry, and for the most part they do. But
yeah,
at times when they don't, or there's that moment where, hey, we need the bottom half to pick us up. I mean, you look at that with UCLA and Ramirez and Sujin, as well as Lamar. I mean, will not forget the emotion that she had rounding the bases with that 2-run home run that tied that ball game up last night against CBU. I mean, what a moment.
And Jolena Lamar, a coach's kid. Her mom, Marissa Young, is the head coach at Duke, who's hosting a regional this weekend. They'll having to play 2 today after dropping that first game of the day. I can only imagine that Marissa Young was staying up late last night to watch her daughter.
Yeah.
Got to, right?
Have to.
Can't miss it.
I wonder if her sister was, too.
Mayhem. Oh, 1.
And speaking of Duke, they're up 6-0 over Marshall right now. They ended up losing 10-1 to Arizona. So Arizona stunned them and made it to the regional final. So Duke having to play Marshall and continue to keep fighting through and try to beat Arizona tomorrow if they can make it in 2 games.
Yeah, they'd have to win 2 tomorrow. Right now, just focused on winning this one.
Yes.
These 2, South Carolina, UCLA, not an elimination game, but the loser does have to play later today. And it was so important for both of these programs to win game 1 yesterday because of limited pitching staffs. UCLA, it's no secret they're going to ride Taylor Tensley and rely on their offense scoring 10+ runs a game.
Well, in both games, extremely close.
Yes.
As of late. So I just think in those games too, when you're able to win them, they just give you this little extra bit of life of like, oh man, thank you, let's go. Like, not taking the game for granted heading into day 2.
Pop-up opportunity for Shelton to make the play.
Good effort.
Yeah, she gave it everything.
All out effort. You love to see it. Ugh.
Two now to Jolena Lamar. Did not go. Lisa Fernandez, quick check for Jolena Lamar. Got hit in the box on that one. She'll step back in and do the full count again against Neely Lamb. Jammed up. Shea Anderson going back, just out of reach. That'll work, get you to first.
And just a little bit of a jam job, but finds some green.
And flips the lineup. Brings Riley Slimp up to the plate for the 4th time today. Struck out looking last time up. Riley Slimp. Tori Ensley wants it. And so UCLA leaves one on, but last chance for South Carolina in this game as we move over to the 7th inning. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Gamecocks. So South Carolina's time to rally here, top of the 7th inning. Not an elimination game. The loser will play again later today with their season on the line. But UCLA up 7-2 and 3 outs away from going straight on to the regional final. And Natalie Heath will lead off against Taylor Tinsley, who has looked much better today after getting roughed up last night in the opener against CBU.
Yeah, she's looked a lot better, hitting really good spots. I mean, you've seen her really work the upper part of the zone a little bit more. She sprinkled in that changeup when she's needed. She hasn't really needed to use it much, which is not a bad thing.
South Carolina has left 5 on today. They've had those opportunities. Their 2 runs coming via solo shots from Jamie McKay and Quincy Lilio. Tinsley works herself ahead, 1-2. Out towards Phillips, who was just put into left field. Well, after this game concludes, we'll get you to Chris Button and company in the studio for 7 innings live. They have a lot to talk about today.
There's so many good games. What a fun gig to sit up there on set and just talk shop about all the different games going on, the surprises, the no-hitters, the upsets.
It'll be Alyssa Lang, actually, and company in the studio. Sorry, Lang. Shea Anderson, the shortstop.
Good pitch by Taylor Tinsley. Just explodes up in the zone.
And we'll do the 0-2 again from Tinsley to Shea Anderson. Tinsley with the K, number 6. Carolina down to its final out.
Well, and these are just some good mental piggy bank Ks for Taylor Tinsley to remember who the heck she is. I know yesterday was obviously definitely probably hard on the heart a little bit, an opening round, not throwing the way she wanted to.
Oh, and pegs Lilio on the first pitch she throws to her, so that'll put Quincy Lilio on.
Does not feel good. She's had such a good day today. 3 for 3, couple singles.
Yeah.
It's just, at least she's smiling.
She got pegged really hard yesterday in the quad, didn't she?
She hit herself.
Oh, yeah.
In the knee.
That's tough.
Yes. No one else to blame but yourself.
And then she had a go-ahead eventual game winner home run, so it was fine.
Yeah, and the reason that she was able to turn on that inside pitch is Katie Browder, the hitting coach, said, hey, they're going to throw you in again. You just crush yourself in the knee, clear your hips, get yourself ready to go and square a ball up. And that's exactly what she did for that 3-run shot.
Tori Inslee now. Inslee usually that consistent hitter, but hasn't been able to reach, hasn't figured out Tinsley yet. Struck out in the 3rd. Hard hopper Alejandre. UCLA to the regional final. And some redemption for Taylor Tinsley after not the start she wanted in the NCAA tournament. Comes back ready to go.
Well, and I just think that straight attack mentality, too, for this UCLA Bruin team in the second inning, putting up that 6th spot was exactly what this team needed, what Taylor Tinsley needed, that confidence. There's just a lot going well, and hey, I mean, you can't go without saying the fight that they were able to do to put them in that position to win is so important, because like I said, you don't win that one last night, I think it's a different road for UCLA, but man, talk about a team that's fought hard, and I love the response by Taylor.
Let's take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance. We're giving it to Megan Brandt. This is number 39 on the season as she continues to extend this record.
Yeah, she's almost making it look too easy. It's unfair. So good. 39, I have a feeling she's going to get to 40 potentially at this regional.
So UCLA for today is done. They're taking the easiest road to the regional final. A win yesterday, a win today, and they will play in that regional final tomorrow. They just have to win one time on Sunday to make super regionals. We will see South Carolina later tonight at 10 Eastern in an elimination game, and we're about to decide their opponent. Coming up next, you can see it on the ESPN app, California Baptist and Cal State Fullerton. But for now, UCLA is victorious. They can rest up and get ready for that regional final. UCLA takes down South Carolina 7-2.